Ohio State fans probably not real happy with Vegas or with me right now. Vegas, because they've got Ohio State projected just as an 8.5 win total over under. Me, because I used blue on the board for the Buckeyes schedule in 2016. Mark Rogers TV looking at some over-unders that kind of caught my eye when they came out a couple weeks ago. I knocked out Clemson and Oklahoma. Check out those videos. Now we look at the Buckeyes after an 11-1 regular season. So that's not the projection for this season. That's 11-1 in 2015. Let's look at the schedule for the Buckeyes. Okay, we know that they lost a ton of NFL talent, but they win the first two games. Although these two games could be bigger challenges than expected from a group of 5 teams, especially that Bowling Green opening game against the Falcons. But the Buckeyes win those two. I consider the game, even at Oklahoma, even with all the NFL losses, a toss-up game. And if somebody held my head to the fire, held a gun to my head, either one, I choose the Buckeyes to win that game at Oklahoma right now with a veteran quarterback in J.T. Barrett and 2 games to prepare for the Sooners on the road. But that's a 50-50 game. I would consider it there. Rutgers, Indiana wins. Okay, tricky. They go on the road at Wisconsin and Penn State. The Buckeyes have handled those two teams rather well in recent years. Less games against Wisconsin, of course, in the Western Division. We know what happened a couple of years ago in the Big Ten championship game. The Buckeyes most likely win those both of those games. But let's say they stumble at Wisconsin or at Penn State. Okay, they got 2 losses, possibly at this point. They don't lose to Northwestern and Nebraska, 2 capable teams, 2 good teams, solid teams, 2 top 25 to 40 teams in the nation, but they don't lose those games. Then they've got Maryland, joke, Michigan State, Michigan. I don't know who in the Big Ten office doesn't like Ohio State to have scheduled this pair to conclude the season, the past 2 seasons now, 15 and 16. And of course, the Buckeyes lost the chance to play in the Big Ten title game and a college football playoff appearance in losing to Michigan State before the game against Michigan last year. Let's say Ohio State splits those 2 games. They're still 9-3, and I have given them basically any conceivable loss on the board. Sure, it could be a disastrous season. They could lose Oklahoma, Wisconsin, Penn State, maybe Nebraska, Michigan State, Maryland, or Michigan State, Michigan, and finish 7-5. Who thinks Ohio State's going to go 7-5 or 8-4? That would be the under on the 8.5 projection from the Golden Nugget in Las Vegas. How does this team lose 4 games? I don't see it. Back up the gold truck to Vegas and put your money on the Buckeyes to win at least 9 games this season. We'll have the exact projection in August right here on Mark Rogers TV.